As the dust settles on this year's general election, let's take a look back at some of the key results. The People's Action Party took 65.57% of the national vote, improving on its 2020 performance in what Prime Minister Lawrence Wong calls a clear and strong mandate to govern. Now, the best performing constituencies from the ruling party include the new single-seat wards of Queenstown and Jurong Central, along with its GRC strongholds of Tanjong Pagar, Holland Bukit Timah and Ang Mo Kio. 4 SMCs and 6 GRCs also saw vote shares of more than 75% for the PAP. They did better than the top-performing constituency of the last election. That's Jurong GRC, which garnered 74.61% of votes in 2020. Now, overall, the PAP's 65.57% of the national vote share this year is better than the 61.24% in the 2020 election. For the opposition, the best performing constituencies were dominated by those contested by the Workers' Party, and they included Hougang SMC, Aljunied and Sengkang GRCs, which were won by the WP, as well as Jalan Kayu SMC and Tampines GRC, where they faced defeat. Looking across the 8 constituencies contested by the WP, the party gained an average vote share of 50.49%. While at the last election, the WP contested 6 constituencies for an average vote share of 50.19%. As for all the other opposition parties and independent candidates, they contested 25 constituencies in this election, giving them an average vote share of 27.62%. The general election also saw the retirement of 4 cabinet ministers: Senior Minister Teo Kay Key, Deputy Prime Minister Heng Swee Keat, Defence Minister Ng Hen, as well as Second Education and Second Foreign Affairs Minister Maliki Osman. Now, PAP also presented several newcomers as potential political office holders, and they included Tampines GRC MP David Nyo, East Coast GRC's Dinesh Vasudash, and Nisun GRC's Goh Han Yen. A record high of 27 candidates lost their election deposits, $13,500 per candidate, after failing to secure at least 12.5% of the votes, and that totals $364,500. And among them were candidates from the Singapore United Party, People's Power Party, People's Alliance for Reform, and National Solidarity Party. Now, to help put all of this into some perspective for us, I'm now joined by Dr Teo Kay Key. She is Research Fellow at the National University of Singapore's Institute of Policy Studies Social Lab. Dr Teo, welcome to the program.
Hi, thank you.
It's good to see you again. So now that GE2025 has concluded, what do you think would be Mr Wong's priorities and considerations as he lines up his new cabinet?
Yes, so I think right now we are facing quite an uncertain geopolitical international climate, right? So I think one of his key priorities would really be to ensure that the new cabinet that he appoints really hits the ground running. So there probably is a priority to put in place people who already know how to do the job and perhaps already know how things run in the various ministries. So perhaps we'll see more of a business as usual type of appointment.
When you talk about business as usual, we did see the retirement of 4 cabinet ministers, though. I mean, he's got a big task ahead of him. We're looking at very big, very senior positions. We're looking at SM Teo, DPM Heng, Dr. Ng Hen as Defence Minister, as well as Second Education and Second Foreign Affairs Minister Maliki Osman, all 4 stepping down. Does the PAP have the personalities to fill these shoes?
Well, if we actually put things into perspective, the main role that's now not filled in the ministry is actually the Minister of Defence. So that might be one of the key places where he will have a think about, who to place there. For the rest of the ministries, they actually do have other political office holders who are still holding the fort. So in that sense, they still can continue running, perhaps moving someone up or moving someone who already has some of the expertise previously into the role again.
What do you think would be some of the considerations in finding suitable replacements for positions like Defence Minister and DPM?
Perhaps, an ability to really be the one to coordinate all those efforts together and ministries. Perhaps someone like, maybe Mr. Gan Kim Yong, who already has done the job of DPM before. So that may be something that he keeps in mind when he thinks about who to appoint to these different positions.
Any possible names that are top in your mind for Defence Minister at this moment?
Defence Minister, maybe we'll leave it to Prime Minister Wong to announce his slate. Okay,
well, we saw the PAP taking 65.6% of the national vote this time, right? That's up from 2020's 61.2%. Your take on PAP's mandate this time, is it a clear and strong mandate as PM Wong had described it?
I think if we look at historical trends, usually after a leadership transition, there's a slight dip in the vote share for the PAP overall. So in this case, we actually saw an increase, a slight increase, but there's still that increase. So it actually is quite a good result for PM Wong, and it also, perhaps in the context of this rising geopolitical tensions, people are more conservative in their vote and really want to, vote to keep the status quo. We also see actually, the number of seats that the opposition party, Workers' Party, holds as elected MPs has also stayed the same. So I think there's a tendency to keep status quo at this point.
What about the performance of the Workers' Party? I mean, they didn't manage to expand to other new constituencies, but they managed to retain their seats and they will get the 2 NCMP positions. Do you think the party came out of this GE in a stronger position?
Well, yes, in fact, actually, because if we actually think about it, I think expectations were pretty high for the Workers' Party to perhaps get another new GRC. But if we look at, again, historical trends, it is very difficult for the opposition party and any opposition party to get a new seat, let alone a GRC. So in this sense, we see that, the Workers' Party actually increased their vote share for the constituencies they originally hold, and they did come very close in the new ones that they actually contested, and with nearly all newcomers on their slate for the new constituencies. So I think that's something that they'll be quite happy about, and I think Mr. Pritam Singh also alluded to that in his response to the media.
All right. On the other hand, we have the Progress Singapore Party, right, that failed to make inroads this time. What do the results mean for the PSP and Dr. Tan Cheng Bock as leader?
So the most immediate implication would be that they no longer have the 2 NCMP seats that they held in the previous parliament. So that actually would probably impact them quite a bit in terms of national visibility, because they would not be able to attend the parliament every time it's in session and be able to speak up. So I think what it will mean for them is a loss of national platform, which they might have to think of other ways to, retain their visibility. And for Dr. Tan Cheng Bock, with his age, people are saying that it's likely his last election, right? So maybe the party will also need to think about retaining an identity and a branding that goes beyond Dr. Tan, so that it can be sustainable for the longer run.
I mean, if you look at the other parties there's Leong Man Wai and Hazel Phua.
Yes.
Do you think they're able to step up and fill those shoes of Dr. Tan?
So at this point, Mr. Leong is now the SecGen of the party, right? So he will have to step up in that sense to really get a good branding and identity for the party, and also try to, ensure that there are still quality candidates that's being attracted to join them, so that they can continue to work the ground and then field teams for the next time.
All right, Dr. Teo, appreciate your insights. Thank you so much for coming in tonight.
Thank you.
That was Dr. Teo Kay Key, Research Fellow at IPS.